Good afternoon, everybody. 73 degrees right about now. That's pretty interesting for us, wouldn't you say, after the summer we've been through? Got up to 78. The overnight low was 68. Get a load of that. And we're way below our average temperature because we don't do anything average around here. We just one extreme to another, it seems like. We have a lot of moisture headed up toward our area. There is the city, and you can see how most of the rain has been south of the city, down toward Corpus Christi and headed out toward Mathis and all the way down to Laredo of all places, because the origins of all this moisture is actually in the Pacific Ocean. You can see how they're getting a little bit heavier rain along the border down there in Laredo, but this is not thunder. This is no lightning. This is not severe weather. It's basically an overcast with rain coming out of it. And the reason is that, imagine the moisture from the Pacific has got to go up the mountains of Mexico, over Mexico, and then over Texas. And so there's no real vertical mixing like we do with the severe storms. So this is called stratiform rain. Anyway, so it's damp and it's going to be a little slippery tonight and into tomorrow morning. Not exactly clear and blue, but you know, it could be worse, could be a whole lot serious. Here's the total rainfall that we've had. You can see how the city's just barely picked up enough to record anything. A little bit heavier activity down south to Bloomington, and even heavier as we start moving west. As you can see right about there, the path of the heaviest rain has been basically from Corpus Christi all the way down. Look at that, Highway 59 all the way down to Freer and Laredo. Pretty interesting stuff. But that's where the rain has been heaviest today. But you can see how everybody's sort of included in this sort of damp, drizzly stuff that we're getting. Once again, this is now Future Tracker, so we're looking forward, okay? So we start off Tuesday, 3 o'clock. And you can see how it's going to be damp, drizzly, and heavier rain down in deep South Texas. And then what happens on Wednesday? All of a sudden, it starts charging out, and all of a sudden, it clears up very rapidly behind it. As a matter of fact, by the time we get to Wednesday night, most of the rain will be over. By Thursday, the cloud deck clears out, and we've got another frontal system coming in that's actually going to keep us on the clear and cool side over the coming weekend. Get a load of the overnight lows, still in the 60s. Tomorrow we'll get up into the 80s. We're sort of in the warm sector. And remember, this is coming up high level moisture. And then when does that next change? Well, we're waiting for another frontal system. Now, first of all, here's an area of low pressure that has potential to develop into a tropical system. Then here is a tropical system, but get a load of this. The winds, you follow these yellow lines, these are the rails where the storms have to go, because this is the steering current. So the upper winds are so strong already over Texas that it's going that way. It is not going north. And so both of these storm systems will be traveling to the northeast, taking the heavy rain close to us, but mostly it's going to be Florida and the East Coast is going to get some of that heavier activity. So 70 tomorrow morning, only 79 tomorrow in Port Lavaca. Northeast winds and a good deck of clouds with light rain, 66, then up to 81, still on the deck of clouds with the light rain activity. Will stay warm through Thursday and Friday night. Another frontal system comes in and going to clear us up and give us a nice, cool, glorious weekend, kind of like the one we had last weekend. That's your 7-day forecast. Want to remind everybody we do have a QR